because AWS servers are messing up across the globe. Somehow, some way, Amazon is the only thing keeping up the internet. Everything that is on AWS servers are going down, but we are somehow still streaming to you live from Dem Boys Watch Footy. We got a very gleeful and fun time for one of our panelists, and then for another one, it's just going through the ringer. We'll introduce the squad, but thank you all again for giving Dem Boys Watch Footy a watch, a listen, a like, and a subscribe today. We got TC, we got Dinesh. Gents, how's it going?
Not as well as the last time I was on, but we're here. We're still here.
Yeah, that's all you got. That's all you got. I mean, like I said, TC, Manchester United, you got Liverpool. It was a pretty crazy Sunday. So let's just jump right into it. TC, I know that you were able to see a legend for Manchester United. So I'd love to hear all about the weekend and the big win that was.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. No, it was a tremendous weekend. I think what you saw is a resilient Manchester United side that, took its chances when they came. A coach, Arne Slot, said that they played a low block, and that's just not the way to play football. And this comment came out in one of our earlier podcasts about the way teams are pragmatic against teams like Liverpool and Arsenal. And what I saw yesterday was a team that's really bought into the system that everyone says should end, the system that everyone said that they shouldn't play, the system that everyone said is just like failing. And we saw a team, first of all, from the moment go, that was really switched on, that sustained some of the attacks, was very lucky. Let me say that. Let's not by any means say that Liverpool were absolutely shit. They had chances and were unlucky. On any other given day, those could have gone in. They hit the post a few times. But part of football is looking at the end score, and the end score is, hello, how are you? 2-1. Ha ha, baby. Dinesh?
I guess this is it, yeah. As I said, this result was due. I mean, what, 10 years in the making, is it? Like last time you guys won at Anfield, something like that. So, yeah, it was not fun. I thought this might be the start of our comeback. But truthfully, we've not been playing well for this year.
Games,
if you say if you're truthful, right? Fast forward for sure. Results, it's 4 on the drop, of course. Results, but we've got away with it because you say Slot's the genius here, and he's got us winning. Got the results in the bag. I think there were a couple of things to point there, saying about the low block and dismissing that. I think that's not what the stats say. The stats show that I think the last 3 to 4 years, 26% of all the passes from United were long. That was the highest, second only to Arlington County, whatever it was, the FA Cup team that came based with. So it's crazy that Arne Slot knows this just off the top of. I mean, the stats say for themselves. So United did play a fair play. If you win like that, you win. You take it. I take the L, and it sucks. And hopefully we learn from it. I think there's a number of things wrong with what's going on with Liverpool. I think, and we get into it now. Mahata, in this system,
what's going on with your boy?
It's going well for him.
What's going on with your boy Salah?
So I think there's Trent. He was the code, right? He could play on the last man, then Trent would put that past it. We don't have that anymore, right? We have 2 completely different right backs. Trent was a one in, literally a once in a generation type player, right? That was that good at passing. And that's something with set pieces, and I'd love to talk about that at some point with Arsenal when we get to Arsenal. Let's talk about set pieces, but I'll leave that place that with Trent and set pieces. But that's one of the issues. I just think also it's the evolution of the player. We don't have that explosive winger that Salah was, and that's gradually been declining. And he's evolved his game. The other thing is gelling with the players, right, in front of him as well. The other players, it just hasn't happened with. We're having a new midfield. You're swapping Szoboszlai from midfield to right back. It doesn't feel like Slot knows his best 11 yet. Which was consistent, which was to his credit, the thing which was helped him win the Premier League. Arguably, that stopped us winning other cups because we went to that period where our players were knackered and we had injuries.
But also, I mean,
and
look,
then the other.
Hold on. I think I just going back to that. I think that you have to look at. Yeah, fair enough. There's absolutely been an influx of players, but so have a lot of clubs. What you've had is an influx of superior, supposedly players. You brought in like players that are over £100 million worth of players, mate. Let's not forget. New players, but 100 million. These are players that are supposed to be at the top of their fucking game. Excuse my language. These are supposed to be the top of the top of the the top of the top from the German and the English league and the wherever that other dude is from, Etiteke. And I don't think that can be used as an excuse. Jamie Carragher was saying the same thing. He was like, Liverpool have had other players before, other new players who've come in and slotted in, Salah, Mane, other players who slotted in and done just as well. So it can't be that part of it. I think, yes, I think you mentioned something earlier that's a great point. Trent not being there's an absolute focal point, those balls and that kind of thing. Absolutely. The other thing is, you know what? If your team as a manager, Arnie Slot as a great manager he is, you can't fucking deal with a long ball system that's happening, bro. I don't know what your job is then anymore. Your job is to stop your position, regardless.
No, that's it. Well, sorry, no, I was just addressing Eric's point when he asked me about Salah, specifically Salah.
Okay.
I was saying Salah. You're 100% right. There's no excuses. There shouldn't be at this stage for the players. He's been backed to your point, like any other. Like Klopp wasn't back like this.
Yeah.
Klopp wishes he was back like this, right? I mean, spending this much money. It's not like Liverpool. Sorry, go on, Eric.
No, I'm saying very much so. Like, it's something to see where right now you're like, hold up, he's getting how much money out of these people? So,
I mean, look, that's the other thing. I think that's for us is we were expecting these players to kind of hit the ground running, and you have together this super team essentially. But as we've seen over the years, buying the best players, it doesn't automatically make you the best team, right? You do have to have there's coherency, there's teamwork, there's all this integration that's needed that we are seeing from some of your players. Like Florian Wirtz, if that player was a Man United player, I can guarantee you 1,000% there would be more memes about that guy than anything else.
I don't know.
Because let me tell you.
What is he, 008 right now?
007? Are you kidding?
He's 010. He is like an area code in South Africa. Let me tell you. You know why I say that? Because, there's another guy on the pitch. He actually did some shit yesterday. His position is to defend. His name is Harry Maguire. Okay? This man has been through the shite. When I mean like through the bottom of the pits, I'm saying most of us here would struggle to still be alive after the vitriol and the absolute shite that's come through on social media, on TV, from pundits, ex-players, fans, podcasts.
Please,
you name it.
150 grand a week. I'm not sorry for Harry Maguire.
I'm sorry. No offense. You tell me, mate. You tell me you go to work and every day you open the fucking social, there's someone saying something about your missus or your kids. There's something saying I'll shite you out by one passing that. Every day you try and do that every single day, and then you come back and try to operate. I don't care how much you're getting paid. You cannot put a value on the mental capacity. People have actually come out and had to apologize. Roy Keane, all these players to say they were too harsh on this. That's not the point. You're right. He handled it, right? As he's supposed to handle it, right? As he's supposed to. Many other players, let's see how Florian handles it. Many other players are supposed to handle it. Jaden, Rat, they've had campaigns against the mentality. All I'm saying is that man, the redemption of this phoenix, okay, risen from the ashes. Don't forget last season, Dinesh, I don't know if you remember last season, there was an opportunity at the end of last season's game for Manchester United to win it. Yep. It was pretty much the last kick of the game. You were fucking lucky, you assholes. You were fucking lucky. At Anfield, it fell to the same man, squared just above the 6-yard box by the penalty box, and it hit a shin and it just went over the bar. It literally, you then had a goal kick, kicked it up. Boom. You were fucking lucky then. This man went to bed, said, fuck you, I'm coming back for you. 1 year later, he said, and you know what, the reason I say that is not to say, and I'm not throwing any shame on you. It's really about this. It's really to watch, and I know you just kind of disregarded it as oh, it's what he's supposed to do. But I've seen many a great player, fall from what he's done and never come back. But what I've seen from this man and not say anything about it, that's the other thing. He's kept quiet. You know what I mean? Just kept doing his thing, stripped of the armband. And look, I was watching a montage of the goals he scored in the last year and a half. They have all been solid. So I want to say this. I want to give my props up to Harry Maguire, honestly, not just for his goal, but I think for the journey that this man has taken to get to be able to be in that position, to be chosen by the coach, to be on the pitch, to be in that position at fucking 90 minutes, 89 minutes to score that goal there. It takes a lot to be where he was, okay? To the laughing stock.
I'll give Manchester United the credit of defending for their lives for that whole match. Like, they were locked in more than what I saw from Liverpool. Like the championship medal. Dinesh, what is going on with Virgil and Konate's partnership right now? You guys are giving up some really bad goals and some at some very awkward times. So
the Rolls Royce of defenders.
yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, it's kind of. If we had Gay, if we got Gay, this would have been potentially solved, right? With Konate coming out of the team. I think Konate is just he doesn't feel, he's too patchy form, and I think he's going through he's going through a bit of a struggle right now. Well, think about this, right? We've replaced both our fullbacks as well. I don't think we've really,
but Frimpong and Trent
made that point, and that
same level of defense. And left back Robertson and Kirkes. I mean, Robertson is definitely better, but I don't know about all of the extra.
So, I think personally, we're not playing the system that fits the players best to get our best players. I think we need to play a 4-4-2 diamond. That gets, you play, you allow your wing backs to be wing backs because that's what Frimpong is. Let's be real. Kirkes, wing back. If we're being truthful, we put Gravenberg and Supply and Jones in midfield, right in the diamond, and we have Verts at the top of the diamond, and play back Katike. That's how you fit them all in, and you take Salah, you take us out, and you because we don't have that explosive, Mane and Salah on the wings anymore. We don't have and unfortunately Gakpo is very one-dimensional. He was another one which I honestly I would have kept Luis Diaz and sold Gakpo. I think we sold the wrong left winger. I mean, Diaz has been tearing it up, hasn't he? Continues to tear it up. Yeah, for Bayern. And I would have had him be the understudy to Rio because they're more similar in terms of that tricky winger. Gakpo is a good impact, but he's not able to continually play. Like he was just doing the same thing again and again, really strong-footed and just over-hitting his passes. He doesn't have that finesse touch, and it's and left wingers are like 10 a penny. Like that's a position where there's a lot of right-footed players. Even right back, that's a position that you can just get someone solid, right? We didn't necessarily have to get an attack. That's a position that can be solved for. I think there's a number of.
No, I'm saying.
I don't think. Again, I don't know.
That was supposed to be like a good enough cover for Trent.
Is Conor Bradley really good enough though?
I don't know.
Is he really good enough?
Last year, he was worth it. So putting it on y'all.
No, I don't think he's quite shown that he's Liverpool quality yet. So, I don't know if it's on mute.
Sorry, look, boys, I think we also got to remember it's been 8 games into the season, number 1. Number 2 is your Rolls Royce of defenders, the greatest defenders the Premier League's ever seen, so I've been told, is leaking goals. It's only 8 games into the season.
One player. You can't expect him to do everything.
Exactly. Thierry Henry didn't score 8 goals. It didn't score in the first 8 games of his career, and then he went on to score 25. So there's that to think about. That being said, I think absolutely, collectively, the back needs to come together. It needs to work. And Virgil, being the leader of that back line, needs to be the one who needs to say, hey, fuckers, wake the fuck up. It's up to him to lead that line. Yes, it's not the four of them, but it's up to him as the leader, as the person at the back who has to lead that line. You're leaking 2 goals this year, 2 goals last year. You're the centre half who's always there, though. You're the one constant that's there. So I still look at Virgil and go, bruv, last year you had different people around you, still leaked 2 goals. This year you had different people, still leaked 2 goals. So don't give me that nonsense, okay? You had Allison last year, bruv, okay? Don't give me that nonsense. So it's up to him to say, it starts with me, and it says, Konate, push here. We need to look at each other collectively. Yes, you're right. I think what you're looking though at is, yes, you've got some new players. I don't know how you can say that about Cody Gakpo. I'm so jealous that you have such a great player. He hit the bar 3 times, mate. 3 times.
But he also missed that free header.
All the time. He almost beat Nunez.
He missed that free header, but he hit the bar 3 times. Salah missed the fucking sitter right there as well.
True.
Hit it way wide, bro, by himself. Please, you want to call
Watch
misses a
him.
miss?
He's so one-dimensional.
In what
It's
way?
one thing
In
if you're
what
Iron
way? In
Robin
what way?
and you're
In
consistently
what
able
way?
to
I can't believe I'm defending a Liverpool player for a Liverpool. In
always
what way?
fighting inside and shooting, and his pass is terrible. At least Robin had better passes, right? I think this is the thing that I think his footballing brain, and this is actually going on the point. I want to shift to the positive of Liverpool. I think there's 2 things. Vert looked good when he came on. His game intelligence, like I was watching every single pass, right? In his first couple of games, you could tell he just wasn't up to speed. But my God, like when he came on against United, every pass was a smart pass, smart decision. I was like looking around, everything was tidy, clean. If Salah had passed to him, right, instead of fluffing it, he would have scored. So it's positive.
I mean,
I think the second thing is what?
No, sorry, I didn't mean sorry. Yeah, okay.
No, I'm going to say, and then the second thing is thank goodness the international break is over, because the games are coming thick and fast, so we can try and solve for this in the Champions League, because we need a result ASAP.
Yeah. What do you think about our keeper? Boys,
I was going to say that for Manchester. Sorry, go on. Yeah, for Man. I think what a buy. Credit where credit's due. He's looking good with the 2 games he's played so far, right?
Solid. You know, it's funny because I was at a bar yesterday watching the game with the legendary, one of the best left backs, Dennis Irwin, who was brought out by the USA supporters, Manchester United Supporters Club, at the Long Acre Tavern in New York City here. And we were talking about it, and it was funny because this time last year, or any game, or a lot of those saves, we were comparing what would Onana do? What would have Onana not done? And that was so funny because, hey?
Or buying deer.
Or buying deer, you know? But really, it was more about Onana being like, oh, he wouldn't have done that, or he wouldn't have caught that, or he wouldn't have done that. And it's such a difference to have that solidified last back line person that you can trust and you have faith in. Like, a couple of balls, you know, I'm so used to, oh, it's going to spill out. Like, I watched a clip of, you know, just gathering it. So credit to that. Great buys, very solid at the back there. You know, I'm only saying this because we won, but we won you know, things have to go right for you to win, especially against a team like Liverpool with Man United. So I'm not going to say you guys, like, it was all us, please. But we had a lot of things go right, and we're lucky, like a post and that kind of thing. I think that what I didn't like, though, was like after that goal, the first goal, everyone was like, oh, why didn't you stop for the head injury? And I was like, what, like, Virgil, you're saying that we should have stopped the game for that head injury that happened like 15 seconds ago, that no one saw, that you actually caused your own person, and that we should stop our counter attack, like, for that? That's nonsense. And I get it, you're competitive, you want to try and win on anything, but I think that's a non-starter. So I'm glad we haven't raised that point, because that for me was like just not even a non-plus. I think what I was pleased about is, you're right. I think looking at Liverpool's squad, I'm envious of the talent and depth you have. I know you're talking about them, but like now when you guys are purring, and you've got players to bring on. That's the thing. Like, you can bring on Florian Wirtz and all these guys off the bench that are great. So I think all is not lost for you. It does look ominous and weird that you guys have lost 4 on the trot, right? I saw a video today showing if there's any team who's really hasn't lost 4 in a row, and you're pretty much the only team that's lost 4 in a row right now. Like, no team has really lost four games in a row. It's fucking crazy, that stat. Like, across all competitions. I've never seen that. That being said, you have played some heavy sides, let's be honest. Chelsea, United, Crystal Palace, who are fucking solid. So I'm not going to say anything. If anyone does beat Crystal Palace, I'd be impressed. I'm afraid we might lose to them. You know, they got players we're mentioning that you want to buy.
Great squad.
So yeah, I think all's not lost. I think what you're seeing though is a team that could definitely thrash Arsenal. That's for sure.
We'll see. I mean, I want to give the last point to the victor. Now that you've won 2 games in a row for the first time under Amarim, where do you think after this? What do you think is going to be the response? Because you don't have another match this midweek. So, what do you think the response is going to be?
Mate, the response is just, like, I think, in all honesty, I think we've just got to just focus on the next match, be consistent. That's what we're trying to build, is consistency. So, great, we beat Liverpool, great. A great victor, great hard team, the champions, But for us, it's about consistency, and that's been the problem with Manchester United. It's really building on from those wins. We now have Brighton next week. It's now to beat Liverpool at home. Can you go and beat, at Anfield, can you go and beat Brighton at home, who are a great and tricky side? So that for us is the hardest part, is to replicate that intensity and that passion and that drive and the want to win every week.
True. Dinesh, Liverpool, you have a very interesting matchup against Frankfurt this week. What do you think is going to happen?
Frankfurt, yeah, and then we have Brentford, right, on Saturday, the late kickoff on Saturday. So next 2 games, they are winnable. We should really be winning. I mean, this extends any further. I mean, so one thing to say is, like, how you feel about something is the difference between your expectations and your current reality, right? So I'm in terms of people saying, "Oh, Slot, what are you doing?" stuff like that. I'm like, look, as long as he hits his goal of minimum getting 4th, right, Champions League, and winning a cup this season, I said at the start, so I mean, I'm curious your thoughts, Eric, on this, because right and right now. So let's see. But I think this season is Arsenal to lose, and if I'm trying to manage my expectations. As long as it doesn't look like we're going to be out the top 4, and we're out of all the cups by, say, Christmas, that would be a good set.
No, I mean, we'll see what happens with these cups. Manchester United still have a chance for the FA Cup. Right now, we're still battling for the Carabao. Liverpool's still in it for the Carabao. Huh?
What is Dinesh laughing at? He giggled there. What are you giggling at there? FA Cup.
Don't worry about it.
I thought so. That's it. You keep your giggling to yourself there. Sort out your frickin'. You might lose the next one. Don't you giggle with my team right now. Not 24 hours after we've just whapped your ass. No. At least give me 36 hours before you laugh at me again.
All right.
36 hours? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The team you're laughing at, and this is the funny thing. Last point as you go on. It's funny because people laugh at us, but this team, this laughable clown team, just beat that team that won the league and spent 500 million on 3 of the best players. This crackpot team. What does that say about your team?
No, yeah, you got a good point. And Victor goes the spoils for this one. So before we move on to our next topic, with the makeup of the league right now, it's going to be very interesting because everybody kind of called out that Arsenal is going to be a front runner this year. But one thing a lot of people aren't seeing is Manchester City. They're right behind Arsenal right now. And then Bournemouth. That Areola, he's got the squad humming. I can't believe it. So it's Premier League still in the very early stages, and I'm really excited about how things are moving along. It's been really cool to see like how these squads are moving along. So Premier League that race is strong.
Look, Eric, you mentioned, it's only 8 games in, right? But like you mentioned that from second to 9th, which is Manchester United to Man City, is really 4 4 or 5 points, really, and that's really like, so it really at the moment, I mean, Manchester United looking written off here in 9th position are only freaking 2 points behind 3rd Liverpool. That's one game. Okay. That's one game. So it says a lot. If everyone, let's say, lost this week, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Tottenham, if everyone lost there, like 3 points up, and next minute we're in 3rd. And all of a sudden, you're looking like the champions. You know what I mean? You're looking like the champions. So I think you just mentioned it's looking really interesting. I keep mentioning it, boys. We're in eight games. What I do like about this season is every single player has the World Cup in their mind to play into their squad if they are already not like one of the guarantees, right? So you're not only playing for your team, and you're playing to be in the squads, which is why you're seeing so much need and want from players on the fringe trying to get game time, Kobe Mainos and that kind of thing, who can make squads if they give game time. So it's very, very fringy right now. You know what I mean? Like it's testy. I'm really looking forward to where we end up by Christmas, because that really is going to see where we set. Are Bournemouth playing like a Leicester game? Will they had a good start? Will they have the consistency to keep on? Crystal Palace and Sunderland are up there. So.
Yeah.
The main players are chasing up there or thereabouts. So the league still needs to thin out a bit. But I have some things there. I think things can happen. Let's see what happens there come Christmas. Who gets Christmas presents, or who gets 2-1 nothing?
And on that note, we got a fan favorite back. Big Love Trivia. Lance is here to kind of give Dinesh a little bit of face. Dinesh, the last time that Big Love Trivia was on, kind of swept the awards for the trivia question. So, Lance, how's it going?
Man, busy. I just got off of a work call and probably am going to be jumping back in there in about 30 minutes when I get off this. But it's good to see you guys. Good to hear from you all. How y'all been?
Appreciate you coming on and being able to give us some
You too, man.
trivia. Want to give a quick. So right now, Dinesh, the last time the trivia game happened, Dinesh won 3-0 over all of the contestants. This most recent time we had on another pod, and they were able to sweep the honors. So TC and I have some work to do for the Dem Boys Watch Footy crew. So Lance, I'll let you start with the questions, and we can go from there.
All right. I got of course some easy medium ones for you guys, but we'll see how you guys do. So you got to listen closely to this one, because this one is a bit tricky. All right. Who is the former #1 overall pick that is a partial owner of the Washington Spirit and Los Angeles Football Club?
Okay, so this is MLS.
It is, and it involves, I'll say, another sport as well.
Oh wait, you said former number.
It's an NFL player who was a #1 pick who has ownership in the Washington Spirit.
Let me go with Kevin Durant.
That is a good guess. That is incorrect. That's incorrect.
Okay, so it's not an NFL player. It could be an NBA player too.
So that's the thing. It kind of tests both the sports, or multiple sports. I will say Kevin Durant was not a #1 overall pick.
Oh, he was #2.
Oh wait. Oh shit! It's sorry. It's the wait, who's I've been picturing my.
Is it Peyton? No, Peyton was #1 though. I know Eli owns Gotham. So
this is tricky. I know this is tricky.
Was Peyton #1? Was it Peyton #1 pick?
Wait. If nobody else is guessing, I'm gonna guess again.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Is it Steve Nash?
It is not.
Ooh.
Also not a #1 overall pick, but it's you're because he was a soccer player as well. But I mean, he likes soccer.
Soccer, but yeah, sorry, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna read it again, but I'm gonna emphasize a certain part in the hint. All right. So, who is the former #1 overall pick that is a partial owner of the Washington Spirit and Los Angeles Football Club?
Magic Johnson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Magic Johnson, of course, was going to be part of the group that was trying to buy the Washington Football Club.
Yep.
I think at the time is what it was. So ties in Washington, and then of course ties in Los Angeles, Lakers, Dodgers.
I was
Yeah.
hoping that you were going to add the other squad, the Dodgers, because then I would have clicked. So
Yeah, that would have been too much. That would have been too
Okay,
much.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right. I got another one now. This is going back to English Premier League. Okay, so who was the number 4 top scorer in the English Premier League 2019-2020 season? So think
fourth
back COVID. It's the 4th, and I'll give a little bit of background as to why I want the 4th highest. Well, to be honest, the first guy I think would be a little too easy. The second would be a tie, and I can't easily pronounce their names. So I feel like I messed up some pronunciations the last time I was on here, and a couple people I know who are big
Is it
football, soccer guys, they got on me for that.
Bruno Fernandes?
No.
Bobby Firmino, right? Firmino.
No. I could give
Then
a
is it
hint.
Mane? Is it Liverpool player, right? Was it Liverpool player?
No. Liverpool.
Hold
Mo Salah was 5th, and then Sadio Mane was 6th, also on Liverpool. So that's close though.
Gotcha.
If I give the hint, it'll
They
be a
were-
giveaway.
Calvin Lewin.
No.
Olivier Giroud.
No. Do you want the club that he played for?
Okay.
Yeah.
Man City.
Erling Haaland.
Kevin De
Sergio
Bruyne.
Aguero. Sergio Aguero.
No. Who'd you say, Dinesh? Dinesh?
I was saying Kevin De Bruyne.
No.
Kevin De Bruyne wasn't there.
No.
This is a guy that
Was
I
it-
know
wait,
of who he is as a casual fan.
Oh, Gabriel Jesus.
No, I don't know who that is.
No, is it Sterling? Raheem Sterling?
Yes, Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling.
He was still there,
That
Gammon.
was
He was still
Man
good
City.
then.
Yes,
Wow,
yes,
that
he
is a
was. Yes, he was.
throwback, especially because of how bad he was on Arsenal.
Okay, so now we're switching gears again,
All right.
bouncing back to MLS. This one I have categorized as easy. This American singer, songwriter, and dancer co-owns the Seattle Sounders FC alongside her famous husband.
I mean, I know Drew Carey is a co-owner of the Seattle Sounders. Is she married to him?
Nah, I didn't know that
Yeah, Drew Carey's
Drew Carey was married.
Oh, I didn't know
Drew
he was
Carey's still
married.
alive.
Okay, I will. I think he holds prices right, but I haven't seen it in a while. I'll say that she is famous independently of her husband. She may have even been famous before him. Matter of fact, yeah, she definitely was famous before him. Maybe not as famous anymore, but there's not really a big hint to harp on the. Actually, it is a big hint because
Who's her
husband?
Oh, no,
that's a giveaway. That's a giveaway. I think she is married to someone famous. I can't think of who she's married to, but I mean the Seattle Sounders Football Club.
So maybe someone from Nirvana?
Okay.
I
mean, but
yeah, I'm also gonna tap out. I can't think of anyone.
Think about another famous team from Seattle.
You got Seattle Sonics.
Sure.
You got Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
You got the Seattle Kraken.
Okay. Think
Yeah.
about you named one of them. Think about a famous person
From what?
from one of the teams you just named.
Dang.
And his
Got
wife
nothing.
is famous.
I got nothing, sir. Got nothing.
Okay, here's the
Oh,
biggest
wait,
hint.
wait. Russell Wilson, Sierra.
Yes, there we go.
Oh
What?
shit! Yes.
Go. They own the Seattle Sounders.
Wow, that's big. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I had to look it up myself. But she was famous. I feel like I was in high school, and I was in high school the same time he was in high school. You know what I mean? So she's been famous for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I've got I had 4
Okay, so I got
prepared, so this is the last one, but I could do some more. I'm good on the fly with them. Okay. English Premier League again. The second highest goal scorer had 30 goals in the 2022-23 season. Who was he?
30 goals.
30 total goals.
Oh, Harry Kane.
Yes, I should have known you were gonna get it.
Ooh.
Yeah, on the first try. Yeah, that was
Ooh, okay,
Erling
man.
Haaland had the most.
Me and Dinesh are
And
tied right now, so
yeah, so
sudden
now we
death.
got to do a tiebreaker. We got to
Yeah,
do a
sudden death.
tiebreaker.
I'll give it that.
Okay, we're gonna do something. I normally don't do this. I like to do like goal scored, assists, but we're gonna go with which team had the most yellow cards in the English Premier League last season. Just yellow cards,
Everton.
not.
Everton.
Say it again. No.
Everton.
No.
You said it with such reverence. I got so close. Okay, fine.
I'll give
Newcastle.
a hint. No, they weren't even top 10.
Wow.
Oh, then we know it's going to be Arsenal because those guys are just fucking rude assholes.
The Hacks, no, not them either.
You said they weren't top 10.
Oh no! I was saying that
They weren't top 10.
His guess was not even top 10 for the amount of yellow cards last year.
Wow. Everton wasn't even.
I mean, I feel like is it like
This-
someone like Chelsea or something?
It's 100%
Is it
Chelsea.
Chelsea?
It's 100% Chelsea.
Oh my
You
goodness!
just got to throw them out there. You gotta just say them, Eric.
All right, Dinesh,
How does
what's
this get those?
It was they had 100 yellow cards, 106 total points, 2 red cards.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean,
Well,
and that's not something that you would think of.
I mean, they did it again this
Unless you
season.
watch
Let's not
every
lie.
match.
Like they just against United. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking
Mm.
United as well. So,
Uh,
all right. Well, Lance, much appreciated. Where can the people find you?
Always at Richmond_BLT, and then YouTube platform is just as the name reads, Big Live Trivia. You guys make sure to follow me. I'll follow you guys back. I love being on here.
No, really appreciate it. You give us a different dimension. So, thank you again, boss.
Thank you.
All right. Peace out, man.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Dinesh is continually winning these trivia spots. How do you do it, man?
I know. Jesus.
Someone's got to win. Someone again. I've got to represent. All right. It's like
TC, I don't know what you be doing, man. You were never in it, so.
So yeah, apologies. I do need to work on my information about who owns American teams. My apologies. I just stay focused on who wins football. 2-1. Dinesh.
All right. So to our next point, we're going to be talking about you guessed it, that squad, Arsenal. Arsenal winners over the weekend, 1-0, firmly in the top spot of the Premier League. As the haters, or AKA I say Dinesh, is going to talk about, is our set piece prowess. But also remember that it takes shots on goal or shots deflected off of goal to get these corners. We are constantly in the top for as many shots as possible. It was a really routine weekend because guess what? Fulham had no shots on goal. Raul Jimenez looked like he was not in the game. Other than like some nervy moments of build-up where things could have happened, Arsenal's top defense and goalkeeper combo did it again. No shots on target from Fulham. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Dinesh, I'm going to start with you because you really wanted to go in about the corner play. But really want to hear, like, okay, is this squad for real? What are some things that you are loving about the squad? What are some things that you're just like, hold up, what do they have to see? So, Dinesh, I'll start with you.
Yeah. So credit where credit's due, right? The haters can hate, as I said, about these corners. You guys have worked on this. Actually, set piece coach. What frustrates me is that complains about you, or is always mentioning that you need to have a positive balance, right, between scoring versus conceding on set pieces, and Arsenal are consistently on top of this. And so there's like several meta-analysis of like which type of corners work, like in swinging versus out swinging. The data at best, what I've done my research, is mixed. I personally favor the in swingers. I think you're going with the momentum of the ball, and Arsenal are experts at this. They're always doing in swingers. Everyone loves off Declan Rice corners. It's just like, all right, down. He gives good corners, but he does. In fairness, he's one of the best corners. All right, fair. And on the other side, you've got Saka, with his left foot curling them in. It frustrates me every time Liverpool take a corner and they're out swingers. It's Dominic Szoboszlai taking them or whatever on the right. Like, this should be taken. We have Kirkes, get them taken in swing, and you guys do it every time near post. And it's I think you score what, 1 in 4 or something crazy like that. I don't know if that's that, but I feel like it's like 25% of them you're kind of you're getting at least on target or something. Mm-hmm. It's so credit where credit's due.
No, go ahead. I was saying it's amazing.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say credit where credit's due because I think the haters are going to hate. But I think this goes on to like the margins of Premier League football are so tight. I don't see a team actually right now. I think we have a romantic view of football, teams like Arsenal, Henry, Overmars, that kind of era, Bergkamp, where we, Arsenal playing this sexy football and dominating games. And I have that from Liverpool and Klopp, to full force energy, and we think that that's how like football should be all the time. But the margins are so tight now. Unfortunately, I think it's just going to be 1-0. There's very few teams who really play that really, really impressive football where you're seeing this ticky-tacky stuff. The team's gelling. You're seeing flair. I think what the haters will say, and I say haters, but all pundits will say about Arsenal, is that they have the players to have that flair, right? You've got Eze, you've got Saka. You really should be playing more exciting football. But again, this is Arteta. It's working. As long as you win something. If you guys win something this season, fair play. I'll leave it on this point. I think this league would be for you also taking, absolutely, if it wasn't for a certain Mr. Harling right now. You'd be you'd be running away with it.
Yeah, he is kind of the killer. It is something to see. TC, love to hear your thoughts on the greatness that is Arsenal right now. We're humming along. So
no, sorry, you said the greatness. Sorry, we're talking about greatness refers to teams that have won things. So I think what the team is starting to build is a momentum of winning, ugly wins, scraping them out, and that's what you need to do to build a championship potential. Come December, you need to be in a great position. I think what you're seeing now is maybe some of the learnings that have been taken over the season. Again, boys, 8 games in, Arsenal might start to falter. Let's see how they manage with some of the injuries. So, but what they have done is really like you can't lose game if you don't score against them. So that's what they're really building there, which I'm really liking. So I did hear a lot of Arsenal supporters yesterday talking "Go Man United, go Man United." So clearly backing, they're going to need all the help they can get. But that's what you need in order to win, right? You need other results to go your way at times when you take the point. So I think what you do have is a squad that is potential to go far enough to be in a good point later in when everyone else falters.
No, I mean, I hear your point because right now I'm still a fan that is a little bit worried about how come we're not scoring in open play. But the best part of us still being able to score in any way. Right now, we just need points. The draws last year killed us, and right now we're getting wins. We're still getting clean sheets. We have injuries, but it's something that's not completely derailing the entire season, which is amazing to see. So as long as we keep doing what we got to do, we have Haram Ball 2025 happening tomorrow. Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. So really excited to see how slow and tactful Arteta versus Simeone is going to be. But we'll see
Yeah.
what truly happens with the season. City is right now, they have a chance to, they're just hanging in. That's all that they need to do right now. Their squad is still gelling. Once they figure it out all together, I would say by like January, February, see what Pep really just decides to put forward. But that squad's a good squad, and going to the Etihad later in the year is going to be very daunting test for this Arsenal squad. But if we gotta do it, we gotta win. So really excited
Yeah.
to see where we're going,
Yeah. Absolutely.
for sure. But yeah, anything else for
I have a question though.
anything else for
Yeah, I have a question for you guys. If Arsenal don't win the Premier League this season or the Champions League, does Arteta stay?
most likely. There is no
He said
inkling
most
that the
likely.
board is going to get rid of him right now. Do I think it's the
See,
right decision? No, but I'm not the one that's writing the check, so
what an answer, Caroline Levitt. Okay, so I think you would absolutely, if you don't win this season, you would absolutely got to say, come on, after 5-6 years of empty this shit, we've seen people gone for less. You know what I mean? Less, 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 less.
as coaches though, I don't know. I don't think.
Look, consistencies. I think you got to build consistency, build structures. I think that's a hard thing. It's like, then who do you get? Liverpool got lucky with Arnie's slot. Look what's happening already. People saying Arnie out already, bro. Come on, So I think, what's best for Arsenal would be to stay with Arteta to build on consistency. Because what you do is you get the structure that's been in for place. 5 years, you know what you're gonna get. This is what he wants from everyone. So everyone who's getting in there, it's like, hey, you got to do this. So he's building something. I promise you. You're gonna win something. It's gonna come. Might not be Premier League, but it's gonna be something. Might not be Champions League, but it's gonna be something. Might not be, might be Charity Cup, but it's something.
No, I feel it. I mean, I like that we have two complete different squads that can play if push comes to shove. And I like right now that Eze is getting that chance to start in that center attacking midfield role. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, Mikel Marino has been scoring like crazy on the other matches in the Nations League or qualifying, but it's not working out for him within our system right now, which is a very weird thing to see. So it's a long season. We'll see how it shakes out, but I'm really loving Arsenal's chances right now. All right, here we go to our final piece. I really want to discuss what you guys think about FIFA putting on trial the new video support challenge cards. Now, taking a page out of the NFL, where you get to challenge a referee decision, FIFA has decided to start to enact to see if it will work. Coaches being able to make challenges to refereeing decisions. So right now, during the U20 World Cup, which Morocco just won, um, they had coaches have two challenge cards for VAR to challenge the decisions. So, do you think that this is good for the game, or do you think the game's gone? Gents, would love to hear your thoughts. TC, I'll start with you.
Look, I guess it comes down to the old adage of, wait, do you want the game to kind of manifest and develop as technology does, right? So we've started to introduce VAR and other things into the game to help us and the refs to get a more fair decision. That's what we all wanted from VAR, was to be able to call a fair decision. Do we need players challenging the refs or teams in sort of like three kind of calls, or three, they introduced us to cricket, which has helped. So you get three. If your call is right, then you keep your call. But that's what VAR is there for, isn't it? So what then are we introducing? Are we saying you've got VAR and you've now got this? So you don't like a tackle? Hey,
I mean,
hey.
it could have helped in the Tottenham versus Aston Villa match, where you could see Lucas Digny's leg was completely cut up by that
Absolutely.
tackle, and you probably could have been able to call a yellow on that.
So where's VAR in that instance then, bruv?
That was one of the cases which they didn't have to challenge from VAR.
So I think, you know what, like that's kind of the rub of the green. You know what I mean? Like otherwise, what you're gonna get is like stop start, because essentially what you're allowing is 6 additional stops in the game for play to be reviewed, and sometimes it depends on the. I mean, you'd have to have timings around it to say, hey, 90 seconds to check it around or whatever. But I personally don't. I think VAR is where the introduction of it, to have those additional things in, it brings down where the game is already in, the ball's already in play for less time. The spectacle of the game is already becoming more of it's problematic. So my personal view on it is, although it is something that can maybe add to the value of the decisions, I think it might detract from the overall purest nature of the game of flowing football and rub of the green,
Okay. Dinesh, what do you think?
So yeah, I agree with TC here, unfortunately. But no, I think we should having both. I think just it's convoluted. It becomes overcomplicated. I like the idea of these challenges. I do. I think I'm up for innovation if it makes sense. Having plus this challenge, it's stop and start enough as it is. I find it difficult to actually celebrate goals now. It's really sad. Like I'm just like, oh, is it going to be called off VAR? I would suggest that it's is as free flowing as possible, and those challenges are the only ones. I mean, similar. You have 2 challenges. If you lose it, if it's against you, if it's against you, then you lose one of them. If you win it, then you keep your 2. I think it's similar to tennis, right? Tennis works that way, right?
Yeah.
I would
Tennis works that way,
have it that way, and then have the offsides. And offsides are already like say or this stage, right? Anyway, like to the most part, I would actually have offsides be assisted, so it's instant, right? And if for whatever reason a coach wants to call it as being potentially offside, and they can use one of their chances.
Well, that's a good suggestion. I like that. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm actually pro for it completely. I think anytime you get to challenge the system is probably a good thing, even if the game has to stop, or you give it to the assistant referee to then just continue the challenge with the VAR officials, and then if it needs to, the on-field referee gets to call it, or like an independent referee gets to be like, okay, no, like you need to look at this, or they make the decision for the referee itself. Look, we're getting into a space where referees.
So you'd have VAR plus that.
Yeah, right now
you would have VAR plus it.
Yeah, I think it's needed. Sometimes you have independents that see something completely different than what the people on the field see. So if you have a compelling case, I think you should be able to put it forth.
No, I get that. That's American you, I think. I mean, like clearly, as you're used to it in other sports. I just like you must understand. Also in football, we have a continuous clock as well, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have a stop clock like in other sports that allow that stuff. So it's on what goes on the ref, right? So it goes on to that. So then you guys will start complaining later on. So I don't believe that we need that on all offense, and no offense to anyone else. I think all that needs to do maybe is expand the reach of VAR to allow them to maybe cover tackles, like you said the other day, to say, hey, yo, mate, because they're in the office, they've got the screens. Why give a fucking no? That's their job, you know? Rugby, we have something very similar. It is very similar. It's called the TMO, a television match official. And essentially, they're there to see everything that the refs cannot see. So everything that happens, you know, so you might not see a quick innocuous thing in a whole bunch of bodies, yet their job is there to see that specifically. And it's not for everyone to. In rugby, you're not also allowed to go up to the ref and be like, hey, you get penalized for that. So you have a sort of protection around that because their jobs is for refs to do that. Now, not to say that calls don't get wrong because people are human, but there is a television match official who can go back and then will draw the attention like there is with the thing. So I think it's maybe to really look like if there is a need for that, then I would suggest as a compromise would really to look at the expansion of the role of VAR in terms of it just being from a red card in the box then to perhaps like other things, you know. I think that would need to be defined in terms of what, but it would also need to be on an ad hoc basis. So it would continually review stuff and only call it if needed be, and it can't just call for. I think it still has to be like serious challenges other than that the ref can call, like red card offenses. Like so it's not challenge for everything. Don't forget it's a contact sport, boys. Like things that Lucas did. If I could show you some of the welts that I've had that were like innocuous, you know, people swinging and stuff. And we must forget, like these dudes are. What did you say, Dinesh? Paid 150, 250,000 bucks. Shut the image. Take it in. That's what you get paid to do. You think the idiots are these? The problem with these idiots, they don't wear their shin pads anymore. You know what I mean? They like to wear these like small things. And Lucas Digny's one of those. He likes to wear like his shins things down there. You know, like a Jack Grealish. Yeah, they must get stuck there. You must put on the old school shin pads then. Idiot.
Well, we'll see
Tackle
what
my head.
happens. We'll see what happens in the upcoming seasons. There are a lot of different rule changes happening all the time, and maybe there's a moment either during the Champions League or during the World Cup upcoming. You're going to be like, oh, this might be a good idea. So we'll see what happens. But want to thank you all again. Appreciate you guys coming on this Monday. Let's keep this momentum moving into the later parts of this season, especially because we know anything can possibly happen within the Premier League as well as European football right now. So for Dinesh, for TC, for E, it is Dem Boys Watch Footy. Thank you all. Have a good night.